Hey guys, and welcome to the Cosmo Confessions podcast. My name is Stacey.
I'm Vicky.
And this is part 2 of the Sam Bateman shit show, as Vicky likes to call it.
Yeah.
So last week we spoke all about the start, Sam Bateman's journey through life and what he kind of was brought up as. We went into Christine and we kind of left it there. And this is the rest of the story.
Yeah, this is the horrible stuff. So buckle up.
Yeah.
It's gonna get
It's
rough
a doozy.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into part 2, let's just do our Pol-Tea-Geist because we didn't do it last week.
Yeah.
So mine is basically my whole life is still going to the shambles. My tyre decided to puncture. Anyway, I'm still on the roller coaster of not knowing where I'm living. And yeah, that's my Pol-Tea-Geist.
You have a flat tyre to sort out.
Yeah, and this Pol-Tea-Geist is one which I've been waiting to add in for a while.
About 6 or 7 weeks now, probably about 7 weeks.
Yep, so I'm going to add in like 6 weeks ago, we recorded Pol-Tea-Geist and I had to edit it out.
Yeah.
And this is the added in Pol-Tea-Geist, as you will. So listen up and yeah.
I'm pregnant.
Ooh. I thought you weren't getting pregnant.
I wasn't meant to be getting pregnant. So I was supposed to have my surgery on the 24th.
So I'm going to edit out and I'm not going to have to keep this.
Yeah. Until the end of May.
Why is everything happening at the end of May? What? Why do you do this? Why do you anything that happens in my life?
Hey, I got pregnant before you decided to move.
Yeah. I swear to God. But yay.
Yep. 6 weeks.
Aria is going to be close in age.
Yeah.
Yeah, really close.
6 weeks today, so I'll be around 12 weeks.
Does Mum know?
Mum knows. Mum's the only one.
I've spoken to her 3 times today. I'm surprised she hasn't said anything.
And she knows she's been going, can you please tell Stacey? Because
I haven't brought it up with her though. So
yeah.
I wouldn't bring it up with her, but you know what I mean? I haven't spoken about you, so I haven't been able to tell her anything.
Yeah. She was like, can you please tell Stacey? Because I feel really bad because yesterday she had to go to my appointment with me for my scan because Nino's up in Birmingham.
Right.
So she was like, I feel really bad because I had to tell Stacey that I couldn't help her because I had to take a day off work. But I can't tell her why I'm taking the day off work, so please can you just tell her? I was like, I'll tell her, don't worry.
Okay. Can I tell Andrew?
You can tell Andrew, yeah.
I won't be able to keep that from him. So
yeah, no, it's fine. You can tell Andrew, but yeah.
That's exciting.
I've been waiting for the recording day to be able to tell you. So we can edit it out. And
it's nice because then we're 9 months apart almost. Yeah, 9 months, pretty much.
Yeah.
They've been very close.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. Vicky is pregnant.
I am. I am now 12 weeks and 4 days.
And do you know how I know that? Because Aria is basically on the same timeline as you. So if I know how far along you are, I know how old Aria is. It's the same with vice versa. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is so exciting. We're going to have another little gremlin to add to the Cosmo Confessions podcast committee, which is very fun. Yes. But yeah, let's carry on with this shit show, and start where we left off.
Yeah.
By 2021, Sam Bateman's ego was on fire. Man,
as if it couldn't get any fucking bigger.
Yeah, he knew Christine and Tolga were media professionals, so he approached them with a proposition. He wanted them to film a high-definition documentary about his movement to help him spread his message to the world.
The name of his group that he called it, the Samuel Group.
Such a fucking dickhead. Oh my God, this man. Yeah. So the moment Christine stepped into Sam's compound, her psychological training kicked in, and she recognized that the exact patterns of the false prophet who had trafficked her decades earlier. And then when she looked into the eyes of the younger girls in the greenhouse who were fawning over Sam, she later admitted it made her physically sick. and she went to the local police, but they told her the same thing victims always hear is, we need concrete evidence.
We need to know. We need
concrete, because they
basically can't. It's like
they need to be doing shit on camera
or something, and they're like, well, we need to see you bleeding out before we believe you. You need to die before we believe you.
So Christine and Tolga made a heavy moral choice that we mentioned earlier. They agreed to film Sam's documentary. For months, they acted as a personal media crew. Tolga mapped out the compounds and captured hundreds of hours of high-definition footage, while Christine secretly ran audio recorders during casual conversations. And because of his vanity, he speaks completely freely. He was completely unaware that Christine, the woman who's braiding his wife's hair, was actually trying to take him down.
That's the thing, because he's like, oh, everybody loves me, so nobody's going to turn against me.
And so this is the ultimate breaking point that happened during a car ride in November 2021.
So why were they having a car ride, you say?
I didn't ask you that, but why were they having a car ride?
I heard you thinking it. So one day he calls Christine and Tolga and says he's had an impression of God. So if somebody says an impression of God, it's like
that he's had a message.
A message from God. They call it an impression. God's told me this. And he said that he needed them to come over, and then says he was told by God that he has to leave the room, and the wives need to talk to the wives need to talk to Tolga and Christine. And all the girls did was just praise him. Like, God, we love him so much. He's the best thing since sliced bread. All the things that they've been told to say, they've been conditioned to say. So then he was like, oh, let's go for a ride in the car. And he took 3 of his wives with them. Now, these wives were young wives. Like the underage ones, okay? So, November 10th, 2021, while in the car, Tolga's not filming. So he thinks, oh, I'm going to say what I want. So he starts saying some sort of things where Christine's like, there's a few red flags here. So she secretly takes her phone out of her bag, slides it up her leg, and secretly hits record. Because bear in mind, she's in the back of the car
she's a badass
with the other wives, so she has to be discreet. So she starts recording, just thinking, if he says anything, at least then I can have proof. So this is in quotes, and it's a long quote because he doesn't stop talking. He says, so on Monday, I had the most humbling darn impression I've ever had in my life. I'm sitting in the middle of a meeting at the office out there, and Heavenly Father told me, have blank, because they won't say her name because she's underage, a child, sorry. A child. They keep saying underage, and that's, when you've just been conditioned to say underage rather than child. Society. So, have child, be with Moroni. And you could hear kind of Tolga in the background kind of saying, like, what do you mean? And then in quotes he said, screw her. And I was like, holy cow. And I got up and left and went up. And so this is all in quotes. I'm like, what on earth is this man saying?
It is all a bit scrambled.
He doesn't really talk in full sentences. So I went and got up. I went and got child. And I said, child, Heavenly Father, sorry, I'm saying child when it says blank because we haven't got her name. Okay, so whenever I say child in this, it's redacted name. Heavenly Father told me that you should be with Moroni and I should be there watching. Okay, so Sam then explained that he had to atone for his sins of the wicked men by having the 3 children, wives, have sex with them. And the girls, like one of the girls was 13 years old. 13-year-old. And he was saying to have sex with another man, like an old adult man. And then he goes on to say, can you comprehend the pain that I experienced to have the most precious thing in my entire life, my girl's virtue? There could be nothing worse than another man screwing my girls. Nothing.
So, I'm so sorry that happened to you.
Oh, I'm sorry that you put this child in a situation where then you watch this child get raped by another man. Because it's not consensual sex. It's not sex.
How about we let them take your virtue, your anal virtue, and get
with a barbed wire pole?
Yeah.
I will quite happily do that.
That man needs to be... I feel like you rape someone, you get raped back.
Yeah. And then, so he asked one of the girls, what about you, blank child? She said, it scared me so dang bad. And then the other one said, it hurt so bad and scared me so bad.
Oh,
and then he said,
because those wives are in the back of the car, by the way, like they're with...
Yeah, they're with Maroney and
he's
Christine.
there questioning, like asking them these questions in front of everyone, humiliating them.
It's awful. And then he said, I want you to testify that there was no darkness in it. Was there any darkness? Did you feel darkness? Did you feel guilt? And she just replied, like, no. And then Christine was like, trauma? Did you experience trauma? And the girl was like, no, nothing. Sam then said, I want you to make sure you testify to your people that it has not been a darkness or a decrease. You just tell them what you or how you feel. I'm not going to tell you how to talk. But he's told them, I want you to testify that, everything was fine and it wasn't wrong. It, there was no darkness in it. And that everything was fine and you enjoyed it. I want you to tell them that, but I'm not going to tell you how to talk. And then he says, has it been an increase? And then gone, number one said, for me, it's been an increase. And then the other one was like, oh no. And then he says, anyway, that's the story.
What do they mean by an increase?
So like,
because I was wondering that. So
my brain has, honestly, since being pregnant, my brain has just been.
You've been what?
Since being pregnant. We can put the Pol-Tea-Geist bit in the start.
Okay.
I cannot think.
Oh, yeah, that's called baby brain fix.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't go away either.
No, I know. It just gets worse.
Because you've got it, but I've also got postpartum baby brain, so...
Yeah.
Nothing's working.
Yeah, it doesn't work. So, yeah, an increase. So, kind of like... It had a good input in your life.
Oh, I see. Right.
Yeah. So it was like it had worth, it had value. Whereas a decrease would be like, oh, it wasn't worth it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Made my life worse.
And also, so Sam instituted these. This is what he calls an anointment ceremony. And if a male follower questioned him, or if Sam just wanted to break their spirit, he would claim the Lord demanded a sexual punishment. So he would force his adult followers, which is the 3 men we mentioned before. I don't know if there's any other men.
They didn't mention any other men. It was mainly those 3. Because it was mainly those 3 and then the wives.
Yeah.
That was his little... Because the rest of the community shunned him out, didn't they?
Yeah.
They were like, we're not having any part of that.
But basically he'd force his adult followers to ritualize group sex acts, sometimes involving minors, while he sat back and watched, orchestrating the entire thing. And at
this point, did he really force the men to do it? Because
no, they did not.
They wouldn't have participated if they didn't want to.
And to ensure the absolute compliance, Sam actually forced every follower to publicly confess their deepest sins and secrets. He would record these audio confessions on his phone and then text the audio files to the entire cult via encryption messaging apps like Signal. And if you thought about leaving, You know, your most shameful secrets were already sitting on the phone of every single person you ever knew.
That's awful.
Like, what a piece of shit.
Yeah.
What an actual fucking piece of shit. And this man didn't even fucking work.
No. The wives work.
Oh, this is the thing. It's like, you
the
are
wives are
lazy
the ones
shit.
who earn the money.
Yeah.
And even when they were pregnant and didn't feel very well, he forced them to work anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and his followers funded everything. He channeled their life savings into buying high-end luxury vehicles and traveling to international conferences in Canada and Mexico, trying to position himself as a global self-help guru on a public YouTube channel. Oh my god, his YouTube channel. The fact that he tries to fucking portray himself as this, like, I'm a guru, and he's just like word vomiting everything else everyone else is saying.
The money that he got to do that, it wasn't just from the girls working, it was from Maroney and
his
all
followers.
the other men, because they had shares in this massive company.
Mm-hmm. It was like it was not oil, but it was something big, wasn't it?
I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it was like this big company and they were making so much money, and he was like, oh, I want a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
You give me your money. But yeah, after they had secretly recorded his confession, basically, of him, you know, giving his underage wife, child to somebody else to have sex while he watches, they handed it to the police.
Mm-hmm.
So Christine was like, we need to turn this in.
Yeah.
She hands the tape to the local police department, and the police took their time to get back to her. So they kept filming.
Mm-hmm.
And then the police told them there was not enough evidence, even though they had it on tape.
Mm-hmm.
And their excuse was that Sam could deny it.
It's so fucking
Sam could
wrong.
deny it all.
Yeah, and she kept calling the police constantly, and she kept feeding them information.
And she wasn't the only one doing it. There were so many people in the FLDS community. Mm-hmm. So many people in that community that wasn't his property. They were phoning in saying, look, he's got young girls there with wedding rings on. He's claiming they're his wives. And they were like, well, it's not a crime to say that somebody's your wife. It's only a crime if you do something with that child wife. And it's like, what the fuck?
And I think it made it worse is because the mothers of those children were also there. So when like Child Protective Services or whatever it's called, they're like, yeah, the mums are there. They know what they're doing. And that's apparently okay.
Yeah. It's like, but you've married the mums and their children.
Yeah. I think married as well. Like, he didn't technically marry them legally.
No, he just had a ceremony, he just put a ring on their finger.
Yeah, he just called it married, so then he could do things with them.
Yeah. I don't think he actually legally had anything.
No.
Over.
Well, I mean, he wouldn't have been able to legally marry a 9-year-old little girl.
Yeah.
Fucking sick shit.
But did you know, though, of how he wanted to be so, like, influential and, like, this guru and best person in the world? He said he wanted to have the Queen of England in his home.
I know, this is the funniest thing. And he said
that the God had told him that the Queen of England belongs to him, and that she needs to be his wife.
Maybe that's why she died.
She was like, fuck this shit.
She watched the music video and she was like, nope. I'd rather not, thank you. I'm gonna take the stairway to heaven and you can go back down to the stairway to hell.
Yeah. See you never, bitch.
And then she secretly just drops down to hell anyway because she
she killed Diana.
Yeah.
You know, the whole royal family incest and.
I mean, she would fit right in that house. To be fair.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean that's probably where Philip went most of the time.
Yeah, that is where
Andrew.
Yeah, maybe that's why he was like, oh look.
Maybe his best friends are Andrew. We just don't know.
I mean, I would.
But then I think he would see Andrew as competition.
Maybe
Andrew's probably fiddled with too many kids,
and also Andrew.
I mean, not too many, more kids than what he had.
I feel like Andrew would be really intimidated by his good hiking skills.
Oh my god, the parkour! I think he would just be like, "Mate, you can have all of my money.
I can't hike like you.
I will be your follower. I will have sex with all your underage wives."
His hiking, it's imprinted in my brain. I can't not.
Parkour.
This is the way like scrambling down with his fat, chunky legs.
He does it so fast. Watch me hike, and then
it's pretty fast for a fat guy. It's pretty flat for a white guy.
I mean, I really just wish he had slipped on a rock and just fell down that.
Can you imagine?
I mean, it would have saved a lot of people.
Yeah, very, very true. So after Christine got this audio recording and she took it to thingy, like we said, the police basically said, no, need more evidence.
Yeah.
You know, and like we said, people kept feeding information. She kept feeding information. She kept recording so many different things.
Yeah, because she recorded as well. And she asked one of the girls, like, because she was like establishing more trust in them, so she was like talking more openly with them. So she asked one of the girls, a 15-year-old girl, may I add, 15-year-old child, how did you get the crash course on the birds and the bees before you got married? So basically, who told you about sex before you got married? And the child, 15-year-old child, turned around and she went, well, Sam taught me.
No.
And I'm like, that's just...
He shouldn't be telling you these things.
No. One, you should be learning safe sex education, age-appropriate sex education in school, and obviously 15, you need to know proper sex education.
Yeah.
But from somebody who can give you factual information, not look at this and watch me do this, and then I'm going to do that to you.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to get one of my friends to do it to you.
Yeah.
It's just so disgusting. But she caught all of this on tape of this 15-year-old girl saying that he taught her. And she sends that into police. And they went through it for a few more months. But nothing happens.
The police, it's just fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. But Child Protective Services even came in. But because, like we said, we married to the mothers,
they didn't give a shit.
They got away with it.
It shouldn't happen. You see the amount of people living in that fucking house.
Yeah. At this point, like Christine and Tolga were like, the police are doing nothing. Child Protective Services can't do anything because the mothers are still present. We need somebody else to get involved. So she asked the police, she was like, can we get FBI involved? And they were like, no, because it's not
a multi-state.
And she was like, well, actually, we've sent you this evidence. Yeah. You have the evidence of them being in all these different states at different times with all of his wives doing different things. It's a multi-state. And then the police were finally like, okay.
It's literally a multi-state trafficking ring.
We'll inform the FBI.
Yeah.
And then they finally got a brilliant FBI agent involved. I don't think I actually wrote down her name.
Her name's Dawn.
There we go. I
can't remember her last name, but she was called Dawn. I know that. And yeah, she got involved. And also, by this time, what was the lady's name? I can't remember her name, but she was Maroney's wife.
She's called Julia.
So before this happened, Julia had actually, she was kind of catching on to Christine because Christine was making it a bit more obvious at this point, wasn't she?
She started saying things to the girls as well, and like in front of Sam, saying like, you know, if there's something you don't want to do and somebody tells you need to do it, you can say no and things like that.
Looking out for predatorial,
and just dropping these massive hints and say like, look, girls, I'm here.
And Julia had a son as well, didn't she? Like a really little boy.
Yeah, a very young son, but also she had the 2 or 3 daughters that Sam claimed. But yeah, she came forward and she didn't come forward initially like, oh, by the way, this has happened. Like, she started visiting Christine's house. Whereas whenever the wives went anywhere, they would always be in multiples. They would never be on their own.
Yeah.
So Christine was like, this is a bit weird that she is coming to my house alone.
And she's making like excuses. So she started breaking the rule, breaking the lawn.
To see the animals, and then was like raking leaves in the garden and like moving branches out the way. Any excuse she could find. So Christine was like, I'm going to take this opportunity because she clearly wants to talk to me about something, but she's not ready to
do it herself.
To take that next step. So she starts talking to her. and Julia starts telling Christine some information.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you want me to tell the information, or do you want to see the information?
You say it.
Yeah? Okay, so she told Christine and Tolga how Sam would become more and more aggressive towards all of the girls. He would force them to go to work, even when they were like really ill or like heavily pregnant and really ill. He didn't care. He forced them to do hours of writing. I mean, hours of writing after they've been working.
That's like the last thing you want to do. You just want to zone out.
And it was always like, Father Samuel is the best.
And it's on repeat.
Yeah, it's like repetitive, the same thing over and over again for hours. And then she also told them how he had sex with children and have the people watch. And even the fathers, which it's disgusting, but the fathers would have sex with some of the wives or underage girls whilst their daughters were in the room as well. So it's like they were having like this orgy with their children, mothers and their fathers in the room, which is just disgusting. But then she also managed to get hold of some birth records and social security numbers and things, so they can actually identify a lot of these women properly. And other information, including like the code names in their group chats and stuff.
Right.
So that they can decode some messages. Yeah, so she started doing all that. Okay. And then Sam knew that something wasn't quite right. He started getting an inkling that, you know,
things are like
he's no longer in this massive, like in a safe zone. So he started to turn his aggression towards Julia. Because obviously Julia's not his full wife. She is the wife of Moroni. So she's easy to kind of get rid of. Yeah. So he then called Julia a bitch, which she said was never a thing they were allowed to say. It wasn't in their vocabulary. He called her a bitch, and turned all of the girls away from her and made her strip and admit that she was a bitch. Like, he humiliated her. He made the girls hate her. All because he started to get paranoid. I mean, understandably, he got paranoid against her because obviously she had all this information.
Yeah.
But he was like, I'm going to humiliate this woman because I don't feel safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he moved his wives and the children from the blue house, which was a large house, into the small 2-bedroom house. And there was 22 of them in the house. Which is just too crazy.
Too many.
22 people stacked inside a 2-bedroom house. And this is all because he got so paranoid. He wanted the girls to be close to him so that nobody could take them, nobody could have any thoughts of their own. Which I don't know why he just didn't stay in the blue house. It's got more rooms. But he ended up having I think it was like king bed, and then bolted it into another one. So they had like this massive bed, and they all had to sleep in that bed.
I can't imagine how claustrophobic that would be.
I mean, I remember going on sleepovers, and we would like have to share like a single bed with someone.
Yeah,
top and tailing, and I'd be sweating from somebody else's heat. It's awful. I mean, I have to literally, wakes up sometimes like on the edge of the bed because it's too hot, and I've pushed him away.
Yeah.
He's like, I woke up, my pillow was on the floor, and I almost fell off the bed. I'm like, well, you're a furnace, so,
yeah,
off you go.
So the FBI also at this point are very aware that Sam is getting a bit antsy now. Sam knows something's weird is going on, and he's kind of like, they're kind of, Christine basically says that they think that they're going to try and move everyone.
Yep. Sorry, can I also mention as well, he controlled Moroni so much. Like, Moroni was so devoted to him, and Sam controlled him that much that Maroney lived in the basement of the greenhouse.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, he lived in the basement of the greenhouse at one point, and he was not allowed out unless he was working. So he had to stay in there the whole time.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like this little, basement, just locked in there unless he was working, because he wasn't allowed in the living room with the rest of the girls. So unless he was working, he wasn't allowed out. But also I've got in here about him being obsessed with the Queen and saying that it belongs to him. He believed that if he made a music video, it would get the Queen to come to him.
Because, a music video, the Queen's just going to love it.
Yeah.
And she's like, yes.
But Christine and Tolga were like, you know what, let's try and use this to our advantage here. So they're like, yeah, we'll do the music video. We will show these girls. And one of the girls, who was like 8 or 9, was so short she couldn't fit in like the lineup properly. So they were going to put like this box underneath her, and they were like, no, we want to show, you can't see our height then. Obviously Sam didn't realise that they were doing that so people could actually see that this is a child.
Yeah.
So they'd done that on purpose. And then also after they were like, let's take a picture one-on-one with each of your wives.
Yeah.
And then they'd done it with all the adult wives. And then as soon as it came to the children, like the child wives, he was like, no, let's not do that, because that's how they took down Warren, because they had photo evidence of him being with these girls.
Yeah, and that's what got him locked away.
Yeah, which you would think, like, surely there's a red flag in his own head of, oh, this is not okay.
Yeah, well, he has no fucking red flag though. He's got too much parkour.
He is the red flag.
He has too much hiking in his head.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll let you carry on with what you're doing, because that's literally where my notes are.
Okay. So basically after all of that, and Sam is like, something weird's going on. I feel like something's gonna happen. Basically they're under the impression now, Christine is, that he's gonna bolt any second.
Yeah,
he's gonna take the wives.
He's at this time he's getting all the girls' passports.
Yeah.
And he was actually in the middle of buying a plane.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, like that's how much money this man had because of all the people working for him. So he was going to buy a plane so he can go off with the girls.
And he also, at this point, Maroney took Julia out for another ride and said that Sam wants you to sign paperwork to sign over her son, her little boy, to Sam, so then he can do with him whatever he wants, basically.
It's disgusting. This boy is like 2.
Yeah, he's small. He's a little toddler. It's, oh god, this fucking man. Anyway, the next day, I think, or it was like either the next day or a couple of days after.
It's August 28th, 2022.
Which is where we first started. So someone reported the hands. Things were a bit fucking weird. There's something weird about the whole setup.
Yeah.
And Sam is arrested on the state of child endangerment charges. Like that arrest, when he was like, so what are you doing? They were the police officers, the state troopers, like, so what are you doing? He goes, stuff.
Yeah.
What do you mean stuff?
Yeah.
Like that.
Like, what kind of stuff?
And there's like, how many people are in there? And he just doesn't fucking answer. I'm like, come up with something. You just being quiet is
They're going to
so
find out
suspicious.
how many people are in there. Why not just come clean?
His face is so funny. If you
tell them the truth, they're less likely to suspect you. Whereas if you're going stuff and then just not answering how many people are in there, they're going to go, okay, something else is going on here.
But there was the three girls in the back of the trailer, and I think there was also like 4 girls or something in the truck.
In the truck, yeah.
And the 3 girls in the back were like the little ones.
Yeah, they were the young children.
So yeah, Sam is arrested on state child endangerment charges from basically just transporting him in the back of the van. That's basically the only thing they had on him at the moment. But
yeah, because they didn't know the FBI was involved in it, and obviously they couldn't then out them.
Yeah, so Christine had to kind of bite her tongue, and so did Julia, because they called Julia, didn't they?
Yeah.
And they were like, your daughter's here, do you know? And she had to go along with it and be like, yeah, I know, it's fine. Because she couldn't say, no, we've got an FBI. Like, they wasn't allowed to know that at that point. Like,
yeah,
if they said that, then
it would have blown the whole case because they didn't
Yeah.
have enough evidence.
But yeah, shockingly, his fanatical followers pull together the cash to post his bond, and he gets released back into the
Do you
short
know how
creek.
much that bond was?
Oh, how much was it exactly? I can't remember.
$150,000
Mm.
in cash.
The fact that he managed to do that is
150,000. Ridiculous.
It
And
is
apparently
ridiculous.
they were saying that it was the largest bond that they had seen on record.
I think it's really clever though, because Julia, she took down the state trooper's name and ID number, and so then she could tell the FBI informant who he was. Then she could then
relay it. Yeah.
So the fact that she thought of that on the spot is just like, you could tell
the FBI took his phone.
Yeah.
But they didn't tell him that the FBI had taken his phone.
Mm-hmm.
So when he posted bail, he was like, "Where's my phone?"
Oh, yes.
And
Yes.
They were like, "Oh, well, you can pick it up from such and such place. They've got it as evidence at the moment. Anything that you're arrested with is evidence, so you can pick it up once they're done with it." Not telling him the FBI had it. So as soon as he got out, it was Christine and Tolga
had picked him up.
Went and picked him up with two of his wives.
Yeah.
Because they had to keep playing the game.
Yeah.
So they started, I think it was Christine was filming in the back.
Yeah.
And I don't think he realised they were filming.
No.
But she was filming in the back, and he immediately started breaking the law. Because he was like asking, how can you factory reset this phone? I need to factory reset my phone.
Yeah.
Can you do it remotely and things like that? Which that helped them so much.
Yeah.
Because they could actually get him for federal obstruction of justice charges.
And that's because they didn't have enough evidence of everything else.
Yeah, because none of the girls were coming forward about anything. And until one of the children admits what's happened, they can't charge him for child sex offences.
No.
So they had to try and get him for whatever they could. And because it was a federal obstruction of justice charges, they managed to get the warrant to do that, because they're like, if he's trying to factory reset his phone, even though there was nothing incriminating on his phone.
The thing, there wasn't anything that there was nothing solid on there.
No, because there wasn't really anything too sexual on the text between the girls.
Like, it was still,
there was no photos of the girls.
It was obvious what he was saying on the text, but it wasn't concrete evidence.
Yeah.
It's hilarious that he fucking got himself arrested.
I know.
So which brings us to September 13th, 2022.
Yeah.
And so Tolga helps the FBI set the trap. He lures Sam to a local warehouse under the pretenses of doing one final high-profile filmed interview. And Christine orchestrated that the night before, didn't she?
Yeah, because she was like, "You're going to go off with no," she was like, "We'll do some of the interview."
And she was going to the girls.
Yeah, she was like, well, they'd done some of the interview the night before to set it up, and they were like, "Oh, that's enough questions for today. But I do want all of the girls to write letters. No, not letters. Want them to write a question for you. And I'm going to collect them in the morning. And you can come in and you can do your interview in the morning.
Yeah.
Finish it off then." But the police had to be really careful with doing the raid, because the girls had said before that if anything happens to Father Samuel, they will kill and level the state with violence. That was a quote that was from the thing. That's how devoted they were. The fact they were like, "We will kill anybody who tries to."
And also, they've been told that not to open any doors to law enforcement.
Yeah, so they had to have the doors locked and barricaded at all times. Which that's why Christine was going over there in the morning, and she was saying to the FBI, like, if I leave the door open, that's going to be a red flag. They're going to know it was me. But I'm also afraid that because it's barricaded, it's going to traumatize the very
ones.
young children, like
Yeah.
the babies. So she was like, I think I'm going to have to be the one to open the door.
Mhm.
And they were like, well, we don't want to put you in a position where you're uncomfortable. You know, you don't have to do it. She was like, no, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
No, she's like, I'm going in there. Like, I'm doing this.
But the thing is also, so Tolga and Sam sat down to this interview, and it was meant to be at 8 a.m. the FBI was going to raid.
Yeah.
And so Tolga and Sam sat down, and then so he's just trying to like prolong it. And he was like, he looked outside, there was nothing there, and he's like, why the fuck are these FBI? It hit 8 o'clock, no one's there. And then within like seconds, it was like, fuck,
yeah, he
raided.
He moved away from the window, sat down.
Yeah.
And the FBI was at the door. He's like, how that even happened, I don't know.
It annoys me that when they raided that, though, that one of the wives informed the other wives about what had happened. So then they had a heads up, FBI fucking on their way.
Yeah.
And that's where the chaos...
It was only like a very quick heads up because they were there.
Yeah, it was very, very quick. But then they were just like these fucking like tiny girls like, I'm gonna fight, where's my AK-47 or whatever. I was like, what the fuck?
She was like, where's my pepper spray and things like that. And I'm like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, it's anyway.
Christine was like, you know what, I will walk each girl, because she was like, this is going to end up bad, because even the girls were like, if we start shooting, they will kill us, and then they're the bad people. So they were willing to die.
Yeah.
By, you know, being shot by the police or FBI. So Christine was like, you know, I'm just going to go out there and I'm going to talk to them. So she went out there and she was like, look, I'll bring the girls out one by one. So that's what she does. She goes in and brings all the girls out one by one, keeps everything calm, and was still playing her role. The girls had no idea at this point this was her.
Yeah.
I mean, Naomi had a suspicion, because Naomi, even with when he first got arrested for the trailer, she seemed like the ringleader in all of it. They even said in the camera footage, you know, she's the ringleader in this, like the police camera footage. And funny enough, I actually had seen the police camera footage like last week, before you even mentioned doing the false prophet. I'd seen it all on TikTok and I'd watched all of it. And then as I was watching it on the documentary, I was like, holy shit. No wonder I recognize her. I've seen this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Huh. So after all of that, Sam is arrested and he is sentenced he's in jail.
Yeah.
But this is the thing that gets me. Okay, so Samuel Bateman's psychological hold, even after the fucking things that happened and him being in jail, he still managed to control these girls. So following the FBI raid, the Arizona Department of Child Safety rescued 9 underage girls from his properties, and he placed them in the secure foster homes. But Sam, using the prison phones, issued a final
They weren't in foster home at this point. They were in a group home.
Oh, so yes, a group home. Yeah. They were in group homes.
Together as well.
Which is... Anyway. And the fact that he is allowed to contact them...
He wasn't allowed to contact the girls.
No, he could contact the older ones.
The FBI took all of the girls' phones.
Yeah.
Like all of the wives, everyone's phones, they took them all. But he still managed to get hold of them. Which is just like, how? You're in prison.
Yeah.
I get, you know, you're allowed your one phone call. That's usually for your lawyer. But because he had money, he was able to just call them.
Since when was that a normal thing? When you, just because you have money, you can fucking FaceTime whenever you want.
You can do anything.
But it's just, no, not if you're a child predator.
Yeah.
That man should not be allowed to do whatever the fuck he wants.
But that's the thing, and the adult wives managed to get in contact with the children, the child wives. So they would then be on the phone to the child wives, and he was then on the phone with the adult wives, so they could all talk together.
But also, I do also want to mention that when they took the children to the group home, they informed the mothers of those children, if you try and pick these kids up and you take them away from that group home, that is classed as kidnapping.
Yeah, because they are now not owned by the state, but
they're taken care of by the state. They don't belong to you right now. You should not be able to take them. If you take
the state
them,
is their legal guardian now.
Yeah, if you take them, you're kidnapping them.
Yeah,
and they made that very clear.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't really fucking matter, does it? Because that motherfucker informed those adult wives of those children. I think there was 2 of them. There was Naomi and Donna. So
this is, hold on, before we get into this, a little bit of information of what happens before they go and do this. Okay, so the Department of Child Services had actually outed Tolga, Christine, and Julia.
Is that before?
It's before, yeah, because one of the wives, because once he got arrested.
Oh yeah, it was in the group home they found the. Yeah, okay, carry on.
Once he got arrested, they basically some of the wives went back to the Blue House. Obviously the children were in a group home, but some of them went back to Christine's house because at this point Christine was
the person helping,
a support. And one of the wives had found a letter with the DCS logo thing on it, and it was ripped up. So Christine had obviously ripped up a letter from them, and she had pieced the letter back together, and it had said all of the information and stuff on there. It outed them, saying like,
it was one of the girls at the group home that found it. It was sent, because that's why it
sent it to the girls in the group home.
It was sent to the group home,
and I thought it was in a house.
No, so it was sent to the group home, and it said that Christine was the informant for the FBI.
Yeah, Christine, Tolga, and Julia.
Yeah,
had all their names on it. Yeah,
that they would, and that's then that they ripped that up. So the group home person who was in charge ripped it up, put it in the trash can, and then one of the girls was in the office, found it, and read it, and then they informed the others.
Oh, okay.
Because then that's why Christine was running around the house like, what the fuck? They found out.
Yeah.
And then Tolga was then informed.
Yeah. So once the girls had found out, Julia then also confronted her husband Moroni. She confronted him and said that, they've been following a false prophet. And this was 6 weeks after Sam's arrest. Moroni then contacted the FBI and told them everything. Literally spilled the beans on everything. He verified that the underage girls were involved in the sex acts, including his own daughters. He then accepted a plea deal and sentenced, and we'll get into what the sentences are later. But Torrance, still being a little devoted dick, was putting money on Sam's books so that he could video call the girls, because apparently in prison, if you have money, you can video call whenever you want, for how long you want.
Yeah.
So he would be on the video calls to these girls for all day, every day. So he still had control of them. And he said, in quotes, "Pick them up and run."
Okay, yeah, you're skipping.
I'm skipping.
So, in November 2022, 3 of his adult wives, Naomi Bisleen, Donna Barlow, and Moretta Rose Johnson, actually tracked down the state foster placement, broke in. Wait, I'm skipping now. Right, okay.
Yeah, because they didn't break in until the 27th.
It said in November 2022.
Oh, I thought you said 23rd.
No. So, so Sam, being able to use video calling whenever he wants, he then contacted the wives and basically gave them one last order of bring the children back.
Yeah.
So in November 2022, 3 of his adult wives, Naomi Bisleen, Donna Barlow, and Moretta Moretta Rose Johnson actually tracked down the state foster placement. They broke in and they kidnapped 8 of the young girls. They threw them into a gateway car and raced across the state lines, trying to reach a safe house in Washington state before the FBI finally boxed them onto the highway. Now, was it Naomi? She ran, didn't she?
Naomi ran, yeah, but before, so he told them, to take the children. He quoted, "Pick them up and run."
Mm-hmm.
But when they asked them what would happen to them, because obviously they knew they'd be charged for kidnapping, he turned around to them and said,
"Oh yeah,
they've already done the worst by taking me away."
Yeah, because so it's all about you again.
They can't do anything more to you. They've done everything they can. They took me away from you.
Yeah.
So the girls were like, "Yeah, okay." And they took them on November 27th of 2022. But yeah, Naomi ran. So they took the girls.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was, 2 of the wives, they split up basically.
Yeah.
They were like, "We can't all go in one because we'll get caught." So 2 of the wives took the children somewhere, and Naomi ran.
Yeah.
They eventually caught Naomi because they found the truck at one of the houses.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can't remember if it was a greenhouse or the blue house. But they found her, and they were like, "Where are the children?" She was like, "Actually, I don't know." So they were trying everything they could. So basically, Naomi got arrested, by the way, guys, just so you know. They tried everything they could to find these girls. And eventually, they had found an Airbnb listing that was being rented out by Torrance. But when the police turned up, there was nobody in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they found the van that they had been using, because stupidly, Sam didn't realise that things were being, their, video calls and stuff were being recorded.
Mm-hmm.
And he had told them what vans to take and, things like that, what cards to use. So they know, that's how they tracked them down. So they found that van and pulled them over for traffic violations, like you said. And that was on December 1st of 2022. So they were gone for a few days.
Yeah.
Sorry, my throat just went really dry then. But yeah, carry on.
So after that, it was kind of quiet. Naomi went to prison. Well, is that? Yeah, so she went. No, that's not yet. So, I mean, it was, but basically after that they went to prison. Wasn't it?
Naomi got arrested before they found the girls.
Yeah, so Naomi got arrested.
Yeah, and the other 2 wives got arrested too.
Yeah, so in April 2024, Samuel Bateman pleaded guilty to the federal charges of sex trafficking and kidnapping on December 9th, 2024. A federal judge sentenced him to 50 years in prison. Haha, motherfucker. The judge looked him in the eye and said, "You made them into sex slaves. You stripped them of their innocence and childhood," which he did. And his wives faced the music too, like we said. So taking the plea deals throughout the late 2024, on the stand, the brainwashing finally shattered for some of them. And Naomi Bisleen broke down and admitted she had lied to the investigators for years because she was completely brainwashed. And she testified to the horrific abuse she witnessed Sam commit. She was saying in prison, wasn't she, like, it really... when she got separated from him, she then saw what the fuck had happened.
Yeah, she said, she started seeing that, but 5 months after she got arrested, they went to court, and the police, she said, mistakenly put her in a cell next to Sam, and she said he did not shut up.
Mm-hmm.
And this is after she's had some sort of thinking of
time
her own.
away from
so
him.
She's like, okay, this isn't okay. But she said that he was telling her about how he hadn't been able to call anybody or talk to anybody in a year.
Mm-hmm.
He hadn't even been in there a year. And she was
so
like,
dramatic.
That was the point where she was like, he has been lying to me.
Mm-hmm.
What else has he lied about? How long has he been lying to me for? And everything just broke from there. She was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This is not okay.
And that's when she was like, she spilled everything. She was like, that's
everything. And also what's helped is that after they had kidnapped the children and obviously the police found them, the children, the young girls were separated. So then they weren't in a group home anymore.
Yeah.
They were each put into a foster house. And those girls being away from everybody else and Sam helped them start to realize that what they went through was not normal and not okay. So then they started to have a mind of their own.
Yep.
And they started to open up about everything.
Yes, they did.
They told them about the sex acts. They told them that he actually had been having sex with them, but he was just being careful not to get them pregnant. So that obviously nobody would know that
there's no evidence.
Yeah, because it's not like you can't deny that you have had sex with a child if she's pregnant. So he was very careful in that. And they admitted all of the awful stuff that he was suspected of doing. It was just so gross of how long he had done that.
And do you want to say what happened to what convictions everyone got?
Yeah, so Naomi was sentenced to 25 months in prison. And on December 9th, 2024, Sam's sentencing hearing, he was sentenced to 50 years in prison, which is the max sentence for the plea deal that he took, which 50 years does not feel like enough, but in 50 years' time...
He'll be dead.
Hopefully.
There's no way that man's not going to be dead. That man looks like he eats like 10 hamburgers a day.
Yeah. I mean, all that parkour.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
hiking.
He might have a healthy heart. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But, so going back to Naomi, okay, now she spent 25 months in prison and was finally free thinking.
Yeah, she was no longer...
Yeah. She has done a complete 180 on her life. And she is now in college, studying psychology, just like Christine did, and is living life. Like, she's doing like dirt bike like stuff and completely living her life to the fullest. And I think that is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, she's basically said she didn't realise you could do this many things.
Yeah, because she'd been conditioned from like birth to this is life, and now she's actually realising what life has to offer, and she's like, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
And she's actually still in contact with Christine, which is very nice to hear. I think you'd also like to hear that Moroni and Julia are no longer together, which is nice. Moroni pled guilty to conspiracy to commit trafficking of a minor for sexual purposes in May of 2025. And after 3 years of house arrest, he began his 25-year prison sentence.
That's what you get for selling your children.
Yeah, exactly. And having sex with them in the room.
Ugh.
Gross.
I don't care how brainwashed you are. Doing that, no. You're still a grown man.
Yeah.
You're still in the outside world. You know good and bad.
Well, you would think.
Yeah.
8 of Sam's adult wives received prison sentences for their roles in the case. Because obviously, during some of these sex acts, the wives were involved
Mm-hmm.
when the children were being abused.
Yeah.
Um,
Again, you may be brainwashed, but surely
you should know better.
Surely there's a mother instinct. There's something in you that says that is not okay.
Yeah. I mean, I could never understand how somebody could look at a child and think, that looks nice.
No, I can't even.
I don't even know. I look at a child, I'm like, that is a sweet, innocent child. I bet they're thinking of rainbows and butterflies and what they can create today and how many mud pies they can make. I don't think that looks nice.
No,
it's just no.
No.
But Torrance and I can never remember how to say his name. Ladle?
Ladell.
Ladell. There we go. I mean, he deserves to have his name mispronounced.
Ladle.
I made you out of clay. I know it was dreidel, but
yeah, I'm still for it.
Yeah. It was in my head. I had rocks in my head. Torrance and Liddell Bisline were found guilty and are serving 35 years and life, respectively. So that's nice to know.
Mm-hmm.
All 9 of Sam's underage victims were key witnesses in the case against him, which is so nice to hear that all of them have come to see that it's not okay. And I really hope that they've obviously had some therapy.
Luckily,
the help.
I mean, it sounds
need.
horrible, but luckily they're so young that they can, if they get the right help, they could still have a normal life.
Yeah, that's the thing. I hope that they have all of the resources and help that they need. Julia has since been reunited with her daughters, which is nice to hear. But what's not nice to hear is that many of Sam's adult wives still believe that he's their prophet. Which I'm like...
Doesn't surprise me, though. Like, some of them were very devout to him.
Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me that, like, they're still pining over him and thinking that. I feel like, though, if the people who still believe that, surely they should be sent to a psychiatric ward.
I think at that point you would.
Because after knowing what they've done, what they've all been through, the ones that are still like, yes, he's okay, that means you're accepting what he's done's okay, which means you need to be in a psych ward and locked up.
Yeah, it means that you don't know right from wrong.
Because if they're released...
And then you are also then a danger to other children, because if you can do that with the children there, what else can you do?
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that they will start to see the bigger picture and reality as time goes on. But Christine and Tolga still plan to continue their work with the LFDS, which I'm looking forward to seeing what they do next, and if they do another documentary or whatever it is. But at the end of the documentary, and I thought I would add this in here as well because it is very useful information. So at the end of the documentary, it says, if you or someone you know has experienced sexual abuse, its information and resources are available at www.wannatalkaboutit.com.
That's a very good thing to add in at the end.
Yeah.
So that is the story of Sam. What's his name?
And also, I will add, I don't know what it's like in the US, but in the UK, there is no time limit on when you can report sexual abuse. So if something has happened to you many years ago, you can still report it now. So please, if anything has happened to you or somebody you know, come forward, tell someone about it.
So that is the story of Sam Bateman and his horrible load of followers. He's a horrible, horrible man.
Disgusting man.
Yes, but if you have listened to this and you would like to listen to more, then please subscribe to us. And we also do some, we're also on TikTok at the Coldspot Confessions podcast. Actually, no, with the Coldspot Confessions pod on TikTok, with the Coldspot Confessions podcast on Instagram and Facebook. And if you have any nice stories, scary stories, anything like that to share with us, then send them in to us at thecoldspotconfessions@gmail.com.
It's Cold Spot Confessions Podcast.
That's what I just said.
No, you didn't. You said coldspotconfessions@gmail.com.
Well, it's the Cold Spot Confessions Podcast@gmail.com. And if you liked them, please comment below, because we need the people comment below. We need to be shared. Thanks for listening, guys, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.